Like a little.
Sorry.
Next are the stirrups. You get an anchor strip at your top point. For most of these tapings, you want the patient holding their foot 90 degrees to the leg. It's going to make your job easier. If you need it a little more inverted for stirrups than where it is, you'll actually put them in. Can you hold it there? You can put it there and have them hold it there. Stirrups go all the way around from one side to the other. They give you a lot of stability on both sides. And you do really stretch these. What you're looking for is to help limit motion. And you're limiting mostly inversion, eversion of the rear foot. At least two again. If you have somebody who's much bigger, much bulkier, you're going to want to use more than two. But your minimum is two, even for lighter people, because you don't want these things tearing. And they will. So those are the stirrup parts. Then you would also put on your Lodi or plantar Campbell. I'll do a Campbell's for the folks who haven't seen it. Then you do your anchor strip. And again, for your athletes, you're going to fill this in all the way down to the ankle, overlapping half your tape width. Plantar Campbell's rest strap uses 2-inch tape. If your previous tape's already posterior to the tuberosity, you're okay starting at that level. So use 2-inch tape, you go across the bottom, you overlap half your tape width going from heel to toes. Generally on either side you want to be somewhere near the junction of dorsal and plantar skin with these straps. Use as many as it takes for the foot you're taping. Size 5 takes a whole lot less than a size 13. Generally nothing bigger than the 2-inch. You don't get as good a control from it because you don't have as much tape on it. Generally your last one's angled. Goes from first MP joint line to fifth MP joint line. When you guys are practicing, you can actually put on the Lodi or the plantar Campbell. Either one's fine. Covering the whole foot dorsally isn't usually as important even for sports because most of them put their foot in a shoe. Shoe helps a lot. And I would tend to wrap the leg part before I actually put on the cover strip down here because then you'd have your tape there. Okay? So that's the stirrups, the ankle stirrups. The other one right now is the Gibney boot. Flex your foot. Right there. Gibney boot is also called a basket weave. And it's named that because of the overlap you get. Generally about the same height you start at. And we're going to alternate. The ones that go up the leg. With the ones that go around the foot. You'll see a lot of variations on tapings. Dr. Novak likes a variation of the Gibney boot. I'm not sure it's still a real Gibney boot, but that's what they call it. And they often wrap it with Coflex. Your strips get shorter both directions as you go. Overlap half your tape width.
Is this just preference why you use this as opposed to the other one, the ankle stirrup?
Yeah. Personally, this one takes way too long to put on. So you don't see a lot of trainers use it either.
Are there any advantages of this one over the others?
Not that I've seen. It's a little more like the stirrups than the J-straps. basket weave name comes from the pattern you create at the ankle, the overlap. I always get a few that don't like to sit. Fortunately, tape's not nearly as bad without the pre-spray. And then you cover the ends, because it makes it look nice.
You don't have to, that's how, where you can stop, it's just...
Yeah.
How far do you go up?
You have to go as high as it's going to take to control the foot you're dealing with. Most of the time, for sports, you stop at the top of a high-top shoe or a boot. That about that height. Okay? And of course, with pre-spray, it would stick very, very low. Okay? So that's the Gibney boot, or the basket weave. You'll see folks who will do a few of the two straps, and then they'll just wrap the whole thing with Coflex. It's another way you'll see it finished off, depending on what they're using it for. Okay? Questions? Okay. Practice.